Hello and welcome to Reality TV News Update, where you'll find the most recent news, entertaining moments, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. In the 2 weeks leading up to the 3-hour premiere of the 50th season, In the Hands of the Fans, CBS will air 10 episodes of Survivor. The Road to 50 programming primetime event will kick off on Monday, Feb 9, airing 5 nights a week for 2 weeks in a row. Survivor 50 premieres on Wednesday, February 25, featuring 24 past players, the biggest cast to ever play the game. The schedule works perfectly as counter-programming because it coincides with the NBC Winter Olympics. The iNetwork also released a longer Season 50 trailer on Tuesday, set to Billie Joe Armstrong's rendition of Heroes. In addition, Pluto TV is currently airing all 49 seasons in chronological order, allowing viewers to see everyone from Jenna Lewis-Doherty, who won Season 1, to Savannah Louie, who won Season 49, prior to their return on Season 50. See the full cast list here. Favorite on Variety. Below is the full list of episodes to air ahead of the premiere and which current cast members each include. Monday, Feb 9, 8 to 9 p.m. ET. Survivor Micronesia. Season 16 episode If It Smells Like a Rat, Give It Cheese, featuring Siri Fields. Tuesday, February 10 from 8 to 9 ET. Survivor Token Teens. Benjamin Coach Wad appears in the 18th season episode titled The Martyr Approach. Wednesday, Feb 11 from 8 to 10 ET. Survivor The Heroes vs. Villains. Season 20 episode Slay Everyone, Trust No One, featuring Siri, Coach, Colby Donaldson, and Stephanie LaGrassa Kendrick. Thursday, Feb 12 from 8 to 10 p.m. ET. Ozzy Lust and Coach appear in the Season 23 episode of Survivor, South Pacific, titled Loyalties Will Be Broken. Friday, February 13 from 8 to 9 ET. Survivor, The Heroes vs. Doctors vs. Hustlers. The Survivor Devil, an episode from Season 20 starring Chrissy Hoffbeck. Monday, February 16 from 8 to 9 ET. Survivor David vs. Goliath. Jackets and Eggs, the 37th season premiere, starred Mike White, Christian Hubicki, and Angelina Keeley. Thursday, Feb 17 from 8 to 9 p.m. ET. Rick Devens appears in Survivor Edge of Extinction, the 38th season episode titled Awkward. Wednesday, February 18 from 8 to 9:30 p.m. ET. Survivor 45 episode The Ex-Girlfriend at the Wedding, featuring Dee Valladares. Thursday, February 19 from 8 to 9:30 ET. Survivor 46 episode Hide and Seek, featuring Q Burdett, Tiffany Irvin, and Charlie Davis. Friday, February 20th from 8 to 9:30 ET. Survivor 48 episode Icarus Time, featuring Kyle Frazier, Camilla Carthagesu, and Joseph Joe Hunter. The first episode of Survivor In the Hands of the Fans airs at 8 p.m. on CBS and Paramount Plus on Wednesday, February 25, ET. As Survivor races towards one of the most impressive milestones in television history, CBS is giving fans a carefully curated trip down memory lane. The network has announced plans to re-air 10 iconic episodes from the show's legendary run ahead of the highly anticipated Season 50 premiere. Each episode will celebrate the moments, characters, and twists that helped define the franchise. With nearly a quarter-century on the air, Survivor has produced hundreds of episodes, unforgettable blindsides, and some of reality TV's most recognizable faces.
Narrowing that history down to just 10 episodes was no easy task, but CBS's selection aims to capture the full scope of the game's evolution from its earliest social experiments to the high-octane strategy of the modern era. A celebration of the game's origins. The re-airing lineup begins where it all started, the early seasons that introduced America to the social experiment that would become Survivor. One of the selected episodes takes place in the show's early years, when alliances were contentious, strategy was still being developed, and viewers were learning the rules with the castaways. These episodes remind fans just how groundbreaking Survivor was at its launch, less about flashy twists and more about raw human behavior under pressure. The slower pace, heavier focus on survival, and moral debates around voting someone out feel almost quaint today, but they laid the foundation for everything that followed. The rise of strategy and power plays. Several of the re-aired episodes spotlight the strategic turning points that reshaped how the game is played. These include episodes where alliances solidified, long-term plans emerged, and players realized that Survivor was no longer just about endurance, it was about control. One of the featured episodes features a crucial blindside that shifted contestants' perspectives on trust and deception in the future. Another focuses on a dramatic tribal council in which the balance of power rapidly changed, demonstrating that even dominant players were never truly secure. These moments didn't just shock viewers, they rewrote the rulebook for future seasons. The main focus is on iconic characters. No Survivor retrospective would be complete without its outrageous personalities, and CBS's selections include the characters that fans still talk about years later. The rerun episodes highlight players who transcended their seasons, from charming manipulators to underdogs with fierce competition. Some episodes focus on emotional arcs, players overcoming the odds or making heartbreaking decisions, while others highlight pure chaos, driven by bold personalities unafraid to stir the pot. These are the episodes that turned castaways into legends and casual viewers into lifelong fans. Game-changing twists and advantages. As Survivor evolved, so did its mechanics, and the re-airings reflect that evolution. A handful of episodes were chosen specifically for their game-changing twists, including the introduction of new advantages, unexpected swaps, or shocking rule changes. These episodes serve as reminders of how production continually reinvents the game to keep players and viewers on their toes. All of the twists pushed Survivor into new territory and influenced the design of subsequent seasons, some of which were controversial and others that became instantly recognizable. Highs and lows that crush one's emotions. Beyond strategy and spectacle, Survivor has always been about emotion, and several of the re-aired episodes lean heavily into that truth. Fans will revisit moments of triumph and heartbreak, medical evacuations, tearful goodbyes, and victories that felt deeply earned. These episodes underscore why Survivor remains so compelling after 50 seasons. It's not just a competition, but a human story unfolding under extreme conditions. A bridge between eras. Importantly, CBS's selection spans multiple eras of the show, ensuring that longtime viewers and newer fans alike can find something familiar or discover something new. Old-school fans get a nostalgic return to the roots of the game, while newer viewers gain context for references, strategies, and legends frequently discussed by today's players. By re-airing episodes from different points in Survivor history, CBS effectively bridges the gap between generations of fans ahead of Season 50. Preparing for the 50th season. The re-airing's timing is not coincidental. The show's 50th season is expected to be a celebration, and revisiting these pivotal episodes helps show how far the show has come. The reruns ensure that viewers are fully immersed in Survivor lore, whether the landmark season features returning players, unique twists, or thematic callbacks. For CBS, it's also a reminder of the show's enduring success. Few series, reality or scripted, can boast this kind of longevity while still commanding a passionate audience. Why these episodes still matter. These 10 episodes stand out not only for their nostalgia, but also for their relevance. Many of the strategies, mistakes, and power moves featured in the re-airings continue to influence how Survivor is played today. Watching them back offers insight into how the game evolved and why certain tactics remain timeless. They also serve as a testament to the show's unique ability to reflect broader themes: trust, ambition, resilience, and the cost of winning. A countdown you need to see. As the countdown to Survivor 50 continues, CBS's decision to re-air these episodes
As the
feels
show
like
gets
both
closer
a gift.
to one of the most remarkable accomplishments in television history, CBS is giving Survivor fans a reason to celebrate the journey as much as the destination. In advance of the season 50 premiere, the network has announced that it will re-air 10 classic episodes from the show's lengthy and influential run. These episodes will provide viewers with an in-depth look at the defining moments of the iconic reality show. Over the course of its nearly 25 years on television, Survivor has transformed from a straightforward social experiment into a fast-paced strategic battle with unexpected outcomes and memorable characters. It was difficult to pick just 10 episodes from hundreds, but CBS's lineup is meant to honor the show's roots while reflecting the show's development. Celebrating the history of a television icon. Several of the episodes chosen for reruns are from the first few seasons of Survivor, when alliances were viewed with suspicion and the concept itself was still new. These episodes show a time when survival skills, moral dilemmas, and social bonds were just as important as strategy. Castaways grappled with the idea of voting someone out, not as a game mechanic, but as a deeply personal choice in those early chapters. The rawness of those moments helped Survivor stand out from anything else on television and laid the groundwork for everything that followed. The slate of reruns also includes episodes that are widely regarded as turning points in the history of Survivor, when strategy changed the game forever. At these points, players realized that outlasting was not enough. You also needed to outwit. These episodes show how strategy became the game's core, from shocking blindsides to last-minute power shifts at Tribal Council. The episodes in which underdogs flipped the script, dominant alliances broke apart, and bold moves changed how future contestants approached gameplay will be revisited by fans. These strategic milestones not only entertained, but they also changed how Survivor is still played today. Legendary players and unforgettable personalities. Naturally, without its castaways, Survivor would not be what it is today, and CBS's selections spotlight players who went on to become legends. The re-aired episodes feature some of the most memorable personalities in the show's history, from master strategists to emotional fan favorites. In some episodes, players who mastered game control are highlighted, while others highlight players who persevered through charm, resilience, or sheer determination. They tell how, even when stuck on a remote beach, Survivor has always found contestants who feel like they are bigger than life. Twists that changed everything. Survivor's constant reinvention became well known over the years, and several of the rerun episodes were chosen specifically for their game-altering twists. These include the introduction of new advantages, unexpected swaps, and rules that forced players to adapt instantly or risk elimination. When some of these twists were revealed at the time, fans were divided. However, looking back, they show that the show was willing to change and keep the competition unpredictable. Revisiting these episodes allows viewers to see the origins of mechanics that are now standard parts of the game. Emotional moments that defined the series. The re-airings of Survivor do not shy away from the fact that, in addition to strategy and twists, the show has always been about human emotion.
Several episodes center on deeply emotional moments, heartbreaking eliminations, medical evacuations, and victories that felt genuinely earned. These episodes serve as a reminder that Survivor is more than a million-dollar competition. It's a pressure cooker that brings out vulnerability, conflict, and growth, often leaving a lasting impact on both players and viewers. Bridging old school and the new era. The way that CBS's episode selection bridges multiple eras of the show is one of the most compelling aspects. Newer viewers, particularly those who joined during the so-called new era, will gain valuable context for the legends and strategies that are frequently referred to today, while longtime fans will enjoy revisiting the seasons that first made them fall in love with Survivor. The reruns, which span decades of gameplay, demonstrate how the show has progressed while remaining true to its fundamental concept, a social experiment in which adaptability is the ultimate survival skill. Why watching again is important before Season 50. The decision to re-air these episodes ahead of Season 50 is more than a nostalgia play. It's a way of setting the stage. Callbacks, format changes, or a more in-depth acknowledgement of the game's history are all expected to be part of the milestone season's meaningful celebration of Survivor's legacy. Fans learn to appreciate how much and how little the game has changed by revisiting these classic episodes. Timing, lying, loyalty, and trust are just as important now as they were in the beginning. A rare television achievement. There aren't many reality or scripted television shows that last 50 seasons and still have devoted fans. Survivor's longevity speaks to its adaptability and its ability to reflect changing social dynamics while maintaining high stakes and compelling storytelling. CBS's re-airing event doubles as a celebration of that achievement, highlighting the episodes that kept viewers talking, debating, and coming back year after year. A countdown to remember. As the countdown to Survivor Season 50 premiere continues, these 10 re-aired episodes offer fans the perfect opportunity to reconnect with the moments that shaped the franchise. Whether this is your first time watching or your 10th, each episode tells a small piece of a much larger story that is still being written. After nearly 25 years, Survivor remains a cultural touchstone, and these re-airings are a powerful reminder of why the game continues to outlast, outplay, and outwit the competition.